Well, hello and welcome to Elliott's podcast. We move from, I think the theme of the podcast is to move from two rooms. And it's a theme of my life, I guess. Is this, there's the office, the two bedrooms of the place. There's the one that's the office, and then there's this one that is the bedroom, and you can see, if you're watching the video version, Teddy is sleeping. He pushed for this today because earlier I was getting stuff ready for this, and he wouldn't even let me use the computer. He was like batting his paws at me. I was trying to prepare some kind of backing soundscape, and I actually didn't end up using it. And yeah, but that's the theme, and I think it's so funny. The dog's life. I record these on the weekend, and the dog is correct. I mean, we should be resting, I think, is the best use of the weekend. So, and it's good when I do this show in the bedroom. It's typically shorter because I'm playing everything on guitar, very live. There's no effects. So, all right, let's play some music for you. Okay, see you in a bit. wake up alarm said, now I know to mute my phone. Don't you know to mute your phone? Don't you know to mute that phone? Oh, what's your phone telling you? What's your phone telling you? We're so disconnected. Cell phones are always going. I go to dinner with you. I might as well go to dinner with a phone. Dinner with me. There's a real human here. It's not all negative. Most people probably listen to my podcast on their phone. It's not all negative. Phones might save humanity one day. It's highly unlikely, but I'll say it anyway. What's the blues that you're singing today? What's the blues you're singing today? Yeah, right on, right on, right on. It's fun. I do enjoy the guitar. I mean, I've probably talked about it quite a bit, but I never really tell the whole story. And if I have, it's maybe worth repeating that pretty much stopped playing guitar for a decade. But I'm into it again, and it's on such a hot fire too, because I have a really intense practice regimen. I say that you never feel like you're really putting in enough, but I have I work pretty hard on stuff lately. I mean, like I'd say like almost all my extra energy that I have is been going to guitar. And I'm laughing because sometimes it feels a bit much, and like, where did it come from? And part of that is that if you're on the lifestyle of taking lessons, you're in it. Like, you have to play your stuff, whether it be closer to the lesson, or if you have a good practice schedule in place, which I never seem to have. You're in it and you're doing it. But the big thing though is it's not just about taking lessons. You have to apply the stuff. So the podcast is a great time for me to really put that stuff to the test. And also when I'm with the stuff that I do with finding gear and trying out different gear, that is also part of the process too. And for example, this is being recorded on the Zoom H8, which is able to take in, well, it has the guitar, the two mics on the front for the guitar, and then this mic that I'm talking to. There's another cable that's plugged in that it's not being used. I had set up something for some backing track that is not being used, but that's an example of, like, I might look at the Zoom H8 and think, I don't know if I want this, because to be honest with you, I'm not entirely sold on this unit. But like, if you have a podcast, you have to like put this to use right away. If you didn't have a podcast, it has many uses. This thing, that's one of the reasons I got it, is it's a multi-track recorder, in addition to being something that can be used for videos and all that, and it's like, media creation. And sorry if people are confused when I say the word Zoom, because it's really confusing. That Zoom is actually I think Zoom was around this Zoom from Japan was around since the early 80s at least, and it's been the name brand in portable recorders before Zoom became synonymous with wasting your life in meetings. So, but the point of what I'm saying is that, like, the podcast lets me, play for you. And I wrote on the fly there was something I did that I didn't plan in the second half, and it was very improvised, and it's happened on most of the episodes that, like, I'm under the gun to make something, so I make something, and it's made for you on demand, and that's what happens in all these episodes. So the point of this rant is that I guess to sum it up, that and I say it every week too anyways, that the podcast is really, for me, more than it is to try to why other people might have a podcast. I mean, I started it to sort of promote the music I do, but it's taken on this really far out thing for me personally, in that it's become this like platform for personal growth, because I have to keep doing stuff. And I there's almost any week I'd have to be pretty ill to say I'm not going to do a podcast this week. And there were a few weeks recently where I did no video. And so that's like every week I'm compelled to create things. By the way, I did want to mention that I have a funny blanket on the bed. It's the teddy blanket. So when he's not here, it's the normal comforter, but it's kind of funny. It's like this ugly blanket. But Teddy, you can see if you've been watching the video, he stayed calm this whole show. I have done something that I'm working with where I kick a drum while I play the guitar. And I don't do that when he's here because it's pretty disruptive. It's not fair for a dog to kick a drum. I do it sometimes, and I also am very sensitive about noise and nighttime, and we're now in the night 9 o'clock, so I would probably be shy to kick the drum now anyways. It's more of a thing that I would kick when it's like middle of the day or something, evening, where it's more plausible that people are making noise. It won't stick out then. But I use my foot as the drum, and that works just nice. It's like a little clap. So I've been really playing around with the way you. There, I shocked the little dog. I actually saw it on a video from someone. They were advertising for Fender, and Fender has a new acoustic guitar series that's called the Acoustasonic, and they kind of try to play up the pickup on it as like something that you can hit and make percussion with. But the funny thing is, it's like any guitar you can hit, and it will make really cool sounds. So I play around with that too, and sometimes I don't. You can hear I'm finding the groove, but I try to hit the guitar in a way that's like I'm making like my own little drum kit and guitar, and a lot of this is sort of I've used loop. I've had a lot of experience when I was younger with like loop pedals and looping, and I just can't make it work, to be honest with you. I find it very constricting because once the loop starts, I'm stuck with it and I have to ditch it quickly. And then there's all the technology involved with setting up loops. And so I find it very freeing to just play acoustic guitar with no technology, like not running through anything. And that's why I've come up with some systems for like adding some percussion to it. And but what does get in the way is like I'm actually a pretty good beatboxer, but I don't do it when I'm playing the guitar and my percussion stuff because that's my brain. I've done it in practices, and my brain maxes out after. Like I can't really even sing when I add in these percussion elements. I hope to eventually one day be able to do all of it. I think that'd be really fun. I've even done trial videos where I have a tambourine on my other foot. So I'm kicking a drum with left, tambourine on right, and I am playing this guitar and smacking it as well on the 2 and the 4 to get the snare drum. But yeah, it's a jam. I go way back with my friends and stuff, listening to jam bands, playing in jam bands. And I'll leave you with this. I was gonna leave you with this story, but my friend Bobo sent me and Jordan a flyer tonight. My band in high school, we were called Hail Bop. We were named after the comet, and looking back, it's so funny. We used to like we played in a lot of showcase type shows, and we were high a high school funk band, but we really pushed it a bit to be a good high school band. I think we really entertained people. People really enjoyed the Hail Bop shows. We were kind of sloppy in many spots, but it was it was overall like if I can really tell you if you heard other bands in high school at the time, they didn't have that fire. But we weren't really we weren't necessarily going anywhere. It would have taken like a few rounds of real grooming to turn Hail Bop into a quality jam band. Like everyone would have had to have gone to jazz college or something to like tighten the screws up. But I mean, it was just a fond memory, and yeah, Bobo sent that flyer, and it was from a venue called the Big Bop in Toronto, which is now a furniture store. I think it's like Crate and Barrel, like it's a CB2. But in downtown Toronto, there was a venue there called the Reverb for a good 10 years. Excuse me, I want to clear my throat. It was about 10 years, at least. I don't know, but it was a multi-floor venue where like the main floor was the Big Bop, and then the upstairs was the Reverb, and then there was like a third one called like Holy Grail, which was like a lounge for people to do coffee style. I think it was a much more intimate venue, the last one. It was probably the highest up in the complex. And yeah, I mean, Toronto, I think, used to have a lot of music venues. And if we really take a closer look right now, it would be very far and few between that would hold up to what was going on in this place called like the Reverb and the Big Bop. And it makes more opportunity for people to play when there's more venues. And now everything's kind of like, you sometimes see people open up a new music venue, and I think the slots in those places are like super coveted, especially if a venue has good, if someone's opened up a venue and they did a good job with setting up a good sound system. I think bands really want to play there. They probably would be willing to do it for almost nothing, I imagine. Everyone really just wants exposure and to get out there play. So I guess online is the next frontier, because it opens up in the pandemic, really opened up online music, because yeah, now you can somehow play for people around the world, which was always possible. But as I'm just thinking out loud, I do miss those days when I think there were like probably music venues on every neighborhood. Probably had a significant one that was open enough for young musicians to play. And then also later on I was into DJing for a while, and I think DJing also had a lot more stuff. But I can't really comment anymore, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. I said I can't comment because I don't really go out and I don't play out. I play here. And so on that note, I thank you for listening, and thank you for being my audience. And yeah, we'll see you next podcast. All right. Thank you. Okay, take care.